Okay. Right.
Have at it, brother. You know the route.
Yep. Never seen anybody driving down this road before.
Of an interesting launching right around 3800, so that header and exhaust on this is pretty trick.
Yeah. What's that? I love it.
Not bad for resurrecting a stored motor.
Yeah.
And car that's been on hiatus for a good job. You either love or you hate what you just saw. What we have is a wide variety of wheels that I'm going to keep on hand for my Super. And it's going to be based off of what it is I'm doing at that moment in time. The spoked wheels on a Super, you've seen them probably once or twice before if you look hard enough, and they tend to look less than impressive in their current setting. So a while back, one of our good friends in the shop bought a barn find Sprint, Giulietta Sprint, and had those wheels on it. He wasn't having any of that, so he bartered them to us and had them powder coated, and they look great. Now they're 4.5 inch wide, so they don't offer a whole lot of viable tread selections. But what you did notice in one of the earlier portions of that shot was you saw there is a huge offset to them, meaning the fronts are 155s, and these are brand new tires I just purchased. The fronts are 155/80 R15s. Now you Giulietta guys are probably perked up and listening to that because it's hard to find a good set of 155 tires for your early Giuliettas. Well, BF Goodrich produces them now. Now, for those of you who don't know, BF Goodrich is owned by Michelin, so you know the standard's pretty high. And these are made in the US. And what's nice about these is the rubber content on these are pretty high. Most tires nowadays are a synthetic blend, and what that means is they tend to be a little harder, they tend to last longer, but they don't have a high level of grip to them unless you buy a performance tire. These are a performance tire. They're complete rubber. There's no synthetics to them. It's a good quality tire. It's relatively inexpensive. And now, for those of you that have a Giulietta and you need 155s, you can get the BF Goodrich. You're not stuck with just the Rudsteins or very expensive Michelins or very expensive Pirellis. Those will run you about 90 bucks a corner. Now, what we're running in the rear on those wire wheels is a 205/60 R15. And these are real wire wheels, real spindles, real splines, and here's a hub adapter for them. So primary purpose of me coming in today was to lay out a game plan to figure out how I was going to put those on here. Okay, and now that I got it figured out, I have some parts I need to order up, I have some machining I have to do, So basically what that means is I'm going to have a set of disc brakes that are specific for those wheels, because there's going to be a little bit of a milling issue for them. And I'm going to have a set of disc brakes for any other application. It's going to be very fun. If you notice, we go through a lot of different kind of tire concepts, because quite frankly, I see tires on a car as being somewhat like you have shoes in your closet. You don't have just one set of shoes. Now, I realize that most of you are very adamant about what should or shouldn't be on a car, but that's your car. We have people who are very open-minded on what they want to do with their cars, and I really like the variety myself. So for this car, for example, I have a set of Campanellos. I have a set of widened steel wheels, stock steel wheels for this. They're 15s. They're widened to a 7-inch wide rim. They look great. That's what's on there now. That's what I normally keep on it. And then we have some really rare Milets that are 7-inch, and I'll show you those as well. The point is why be limited? If you have the vision and wherewithal to do so, why not experiment with other concepts? So what we're running on this, which is very different in the Alfa world, is we're running a very wide tire in the rear and a very narrow tire in the front. Now, those of you who fully understand how to set up an Alfa, you know that having tires that are offset on sizes is typically kind of counterproductive as far as getting the best balance and best performance out of the car. But again, we're just talking about if I'm just driving around on the streets having a good old time, I'm running those wire wheels. Think about it. The paint job on this is going to be done, but it's going to be done with the intent of flattening it. I want the paint to look perfect, but I don't want it to have a gloss to it. Kind of like a barn find rat rod, if you will. The wheels and tires will look great, but the engine bay is going to look very organized, very clean, very well laid out. You're going to get a sense when you're looking at this car going down the road that it is mechanically sound, exceptionally sound, and that's what I want. I want the observation to be noted that it is a well-sorted car. It is it's intentional the way it is laid out, but effectively it's going to be my vision. I am also a very strong compliant person with do whatever you want to your car as long as you're not damaging the car to be reversed back to a stock form. The reason I say that is because if you ever want to net value in your car, if you ever want to get the maximum potential of profitability out of your car, it's not with modifications, it's with accuracy of originality. Now, my Supra is never going to be for sale, so I don't have to worry about that. But nonetheless, I don't want to be a hypocrite either. So this car will be set up, but everything I do in my cars are always reversible. I learned a long time ago when I made a wide body, a GT-AM replica, on a fairly rare 69 model. Well, it's probably not the best thing in the world to do. If you're going to make a GT-AM, make it out of something that was far more common. In this country, 69s are pretty rare. So, you know, that was a lesson learned. I'm not against modifying cars. It just needs to be the right car, in my opinion. Anyway, so stay tuned. I have a lot of machining to do. I have a lot of custom hardware I'm going to have to figure out in order to make this project work. But effectively, how cool is this going to be? When's the last time or the first time you've ever seen a really strong setup on a Supra with wire wheels? This is going to be thinking out of the box, and I always get kind of excited about doing this kind of things. Stay tuned.